Let's get right into it. Number 10, multitasking. So you're sitting there watching this video while texting your friend, eating lunch, and supposedly working on that report that was due yesterday. Congratulations, you're not actually multitasking. You're just failing at 5 different things simultaneously. Here's the thing, your brain isn't a computer running multiple programs at once. It's more like a hyperactive squirrel jumping between different trees, dropping nuts everywhere. Scientists have actually studied this. What we call multitasking is just your brain switching tasks really fast, and every time it switches, it loses a little bit of focus and efficiency. It's like trying to drive while changing radio stations. Eventually, you're going to hit something. You know those people at work who brag about being amazing multitaskers? They're actually the worst at it. The irony is, people who think they're great at multitasking are usually the ones making the most mistakes. It's like those guys who think they're amazing drivers after 6 beers. When researchers tested self-proclaimed super multitaskers, they found they were actually more likely to get distracted by irrelevant information. They're basically professional task avoiders with good PR. Worse, constant multitasking can train your brain to have the attention span of a goldfish on energy drinks, damaging your ability to focus over time. And here's the kicker. Studies show that multitasking can temporarily drop your IQ by about 10 points. That's the same cognitive impairment as pulling an all-nighter. So next time your boss praises Janet for being such a great multitasker, remember that Janet's probably just better at looking busy. The real superpower is doing one thing at a time and actually finishing it, but nobody wants to brag about that on their resume. Number 9, remembering names. You're at a party and someone walks up to introduce themselves. They say their name, and you do that thing where you repeat it in your head 3 times. Sarah, 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 like you're casting some kind of memory spell. 2 minutes later, that name has vanished faster than your motivation at the gym. Now you're stuck in this weird dance where you have to avoid using their name at all costs. You start throwing around "hey you" and "buddy" like you're auditioning for a 1950s sitcom. And it gets worse. They clearly remember your name. They keep using it in every sentence like they're rubbing it in. "Hey Mike, how's work going, Mike? Having fun, Mike?" Meanwhile, you're responding with increasingly creative ways to not say their name. "Oh hey Chief, what's up sport? Great seeing you friend." The worst part is when someone else comes up and you have to introduce them. Your brain goes into full panic mode. You start coughing mysteriously or pretending to get an urgent phone call. Or you do the classic, "Oh, have you two met?" hoping they'll introduce themselves. This is a real phenomenon. When someone tells us their name, our brain is too busy with other things, like worrying if our handshake was weird, if we have food in our teeth, or just formulating our own response. By the time our brain gets around to storing the name, it's already gone. Some people claim they have special tricks, like associating the name with a visual. Sarah has sandy hair, Tom is tall, but let's be honest, in the heat of the moment, who actually does this? You're too busy wondering if you remembered to put on deodorant. The only time we instantly remember someone's name is when they have the same name as our ex, and that's not helpful for a whole different set of reasons. Number 8, flossing daily. Studies suggest that while a huge majority of people tell their dentist they floss daily, the actual number is drastically lower. That means most of us are sitting in that dentist chair, lying through our unflossed teeth. The dentist knows you're lying, by the way. Those bleeding gums when they start to work on you, that's the lie detector test. If you actually flossed daily, your gums wouldn't put on a horror show. It's like claiming you go to the gym every day, then getting winded walking up 3 stairs. We buy the floss, we keep it in our bathroom, we even take it on trips, just to maintain the illusion that we're the kind of person who flosses. That unopened pack of floss in your toiletry bag has seen more of the world than most people. Meanwhile, there's an entire civilization thriving between your molars. The bacteria are building tiny cities, establishing trade routes, and probably planning world domination. By the time you finally get around to flossing, it's like unleashing a natural disaster on their little bacterial metropolis. And those little disposable flossers, the ones that look like tiny plastic swords, we buy them in packs of 100, use exactly 2, then find them years later covered in bathroom drawer dust. The only time most of us actually floss is the week before a dentist appointment. It's like cramming for a test, except the teacher can literally see the plaque you're trying to hide. Number 7, taking a quick nap. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is, "I'll just take a quick 15-minute nap." That's like saying you'll have just 1 potato chip or scroll through TikTok for just 5 minutes. You set your alarm for 15 minutes, close your eyes, and spend 14 of those minutes thinking about that embarrassing thing you did in 3rd grade. Then you finally drift off, only to have your alarm screech you awake 60 seconds later. Now you're more tired than before, and somehow angry at the entire concept of time. Or, the other scenario, you confidently set that alarm, thinking you're a responsible adult, and wake up at 7 p.m. You're still in your work clothes, with 12 missed calls, and the kind of confusion usually reserved for time travelers. Your mouth tastes like you've been licking carpet, and you have those weird pillow marks on your face that make you look like you lost a fight with a waffle iron. Sleep scientists have found that the ideal nap length is either a short power nap of 10 to 20 minutes or a full 90-minute sleep cycle. Anything in between plunges you into deep sleep, and waking up from that is what causes that groggy, confused state called sleep inertia. You're basically volunteering for a temporary coma. Those people who claim they can power nap for exactly 15 minutes and wake up refreshed are the same people who say they can fold a fitted sheet. They're lying. Napping is like playing Russian roulette with your afternoon. Number 6. Assembling furniture. So you just got your new bookshelf from IKEA. You dump all the pieces on your living room floor like you're about to solve a 500-piece puzzle. But this puzzle comes with instructions that look like they were drawn by a drunk alien. There's that moment when you're staring at the diagram, nodding confidently. Oh yeah, part A6 clearly connects to B4 using the hexagonal screws. Meanwhile, your brain is screaming, "What is that squiggly line supposed to be?" And the mysterious extra screws you find after everything's done? Everyone pretends these are just spares, but we all know they aren't. They're load-bearing screws currently missing from your wobbly creation, and it's only a matter of time before it all comes crashing down. When someone walks in while you're building, you immediately straighten up and act like you're totally in control. Oh yeah, just double-checking the stability here. Meanwhile, you've somehow built the drawer upside down and backwards. IKEA actually has people on staff whose job includes studying why assembly is so stressful. Imagine that job interview. So what do? I watch people cry over Allen wrenches. Even professional furniture makers sometimes struggle with flat-pack furniture. It's like giving a Michelin star chef a microwave dinner and a plastic fork. Everyone pretends they're a master builder, but most of us are just one missing dowel away from a complete mental breakdown. Number 5. Applying a screen protector without bubbles. You just got a new phone and you're feeling confident. This time will be different, you tell yourself, like someone about to make the same dating mistake for the 5th time. You've got your tools lined up: alcohol wipes, microfiber cloth, and that little cardboard squeegee. The room is perfectly still. You've held your breath. You peel back the first layer, holding the screen protector like it's made of uranium. Your hands are shaking more than a coffee addict on their 4th espresso. And then it happens. That tiny speck of dust appears out of nowhere, probably teleporting directly from another dimension. It's like dust particles have a group chat. "Yo, he's trying to apply a screen protector. Everyone get in here." You try to line it up, but as soon as it touches the screen, it's like watching a horror movie in slow motion, as the bubbles spread like a virus. You try to push them out with the squeegee, but it's like playing whack-a-mole. Push one bubble out, 3 more pop up somewhere else, and there's always that one bubble, that stubborn little bubble that refuses to leave, right in the middle of your screen, perfectly positioned to drive you insane every time you look at your phone. The worst part is when someone asks about your new phone, you casually say, "Yeah, put the screen protector on myself, no big deal." Meanwhile, that bubble is sitting there, calling you a liar. In some electronics stores in Japan, there are specialists who will apply these for you perfectly. The rest of us are just here pretending we're surgical experts in our dusty living rooms. Number 4. Quietly opening a snack in a quiet room. You're sitting in the library, your stomach growling like an angry cat. You reach into your bag and pull out that bag of chips you've been saving. Now begins the most delicate operation known to mankind. You start by slowly gripping the top corners, pulling the sides apart at approximately 0.001 millimeters per hour. The sound it makes might as well be a foghorn in the silent room. Heads snap up like meerkats spotting a predator. The librarian's eyes lock onto you with the precision of a heat-seeking missile, but you're not done yet. Now you have to actually get a chip out. You try the slow-motion reach, but the bag crinkles like you're conducting a symphony with aluminum foil. Scientists have actually studied why chip bags are so loud. The material, often metallized plastic film, is designed to be stiff and crinkly to protect the chips. This stiffness creates micro-explosions of sound when the material bends, so when you're trying to be quiet, you're actually setting off thousands of tiny sonic booms. Some people swear they've mastered the art of silent snacking. They're lying. Even Navy SEALs can't open a bag of chips quietly. There's a reason they don't bring Doritos on stealth missions. The only real solution is to accept your fate as the person who sounds like they're starting a lawnmower in the quiet section. Number 3. Gracefully dealing with a push door that you pulled. We've all been there. You walk up to a door with absolute confidence. You reach out, you pull, and nothing happens. The door doesn't budge. For a split second, your brain short-circuits. You double-take at the handle, as if the door is broken. Then you spot it. The little 4-letter word that might as well say, "Congratulations, you're an idiot." P-U-S-H. This happens so often that there's a name for it. A Norman door, named after design expert Don Norman. These are doors so badly designed, They trick your brain into doing the wrong thing. Our brains make quick decisions based on visual cues. When we see a handle, our brain screams pull. When we see a flat plate, it says push. Even when the sign is right there, our instincts often take over. The real skill isn't opening the door correctly on the first try. It's in how you recover from the failure. Some people try the "I meant to do that" approach, smoothly transitioning their failed pull into a confident push. Others go for the door inspector move, carefully examining the hinges as if you're from the Department of Door Safety. But the most common tactic is to abruptly check your phone, pretending you suddenly received a life or death text, before casually pushing the door and walking through like nothing ever happened. Number 2, folding a fitted sheet. Folding a fitted sheet is the ultimate test of human sanity. Anyone who claims they can fold one perfectly is either a liar or a wizard. It's like trying to wrestle an octopus that's had too much coffee. First, you try to find the corners, which is like finding matching socks in the dark. Then you attempt that thing where you tuck the corners into each other, but somehow you end up with 5 corners on a 4-cornered object. Those elastic edges are a force of chaos, actively fighting against you. You see YouTube videos of people folding fitted sheets into perfect, crisp rectangles. What they don't show you is the 47 takes and the silent scream crying it took to get it right. Even Marie Kondo, the queen of organizing, probably has a secret closet somewhere filled with wadded-up fitted sheets she gave up on. We've all stood there late at night, holding this shapeless fabric monster, questioning every life decision that led to this moment. The truth is, most people just surrender. They roll it into a frustrated ball and shove it in the closet, hoping the darkness will hide their shame. Next time someone tells you they can fold a fitted sheet, ask them to do it on the spot. Watch the panic set in their eyes. Number 1, knowing which USB side is up. People say there are only 2 ways to insert a USB drive. That's a lie, because we all somehow manage to get it wrong 3 times. You look at the port, you look at the cable, you line up the little symbol, absolutely certain you've got it right, but it doesn't go in. So you flip it over, confident that now it'll work. It still doesn't go in. So you flip it back to the original position, the one that definitely didn't work 10 seconds ago, and suddenly it slides in perfectly. It's like Schrödinger's USB. It exists in a quantum state of being simultaneously right and wrong until you observe it failing twice. Some people claim they can tell which side is up by looking at the seams or the symbol. These people belong to the same secret society of liars who can fold fitted sheets. The co-inventor of USB has actually admitted they knew a reversible design would be better, but they stuck with the one-sided design to save money. We have collectively spent countless hours of our lives flipping and reflipping a tiny metal rectangle because of a cost-saving measure from the 90s. That's why they invented USB-C. Now we just spend that same time trying to figure out which of our 100 devices actually uses it and which ones are still stuck in the flip, and pray era. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.